Greetings. Happy Thursday to you. I hope this day finds you safe, healthy, and happy and thriving in every aspect of your existence, whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing it, just doing the best you can and enjoying the heck out of your life. This is the New Thought Media Network. I'm Ken Ludwig. You are watching Vibrant Living. And again, I hope it's a fabulous day for you and yours and everyone around you. We start every show with a little reading from our good friend, Dr. Ernest Holmes. If I can get my fingers out of the way, this thing called You. We randomly open this book. And it's really hard to randomly open this book because it's so old and it's got so many sticky notes in it. I don't know if you can see that there. It's got sticky notes on the side from the second or third time I read through it. And it's got sticky notes at the top from the first time I read through it. And a little salutation from the person who gave me the book. So it's like falling apart in the middle. So when I open it, I just try and get to a different spot. Here we go. But there's no quote on this page. That's an oddity. So we go to, there's no quote on that page. We'll turn one more page and here we go. Someday, when you sit down by the roadside, weary with struggle, you will listen deeply and you will hear a voice saying, "This is the path, follow it." Even then I shall wait, for you are you, and you cannot return to your Father's house other than as a complete and perfect individualization of myself. Always I shall be waiting. I shall not reproach you when you return. You will be welcome. The time of your return is in your own decision. It may be now or at any time in that vast forever which stretches before you. And so it is. That's a great one. That's that whole idea that the divine is always with us. The divine is always in, through, and as us. There is no there's no separation, so to speak. Not so to speak. There's no separation. It's always there. But it's not a question of whether or not God has turned from us. It is we who have turned from God. Do we turn within to that divine spark within ourselves and use that as the guiding light, as our North Star for our very existence? And it's a kind of an interesting read. I didn't really make this connection as I read it, but I thought today I would do something around the recent change in our politics, and I want to do it from as positive a perspective as I can. I don't want to make anybody wrong. I don't want to knock anybody. I don't want to kind of screw with your beliefs. But what I really do want to express is something that I think is happening right in front of our eyes that is very, very different from what we have been used to over the last many years. And that is a return of some semblance of excitement, joy, fun to our discourse. And I think it's really interesting that we've gone from a place where it's very, very dark out there. I mean, it's the vision of America from one perspective is very, very, very dark. I think I'll do on that. It looks like the left on my show, but it's to my right. You get the hint. Very dark. The hellscape. The lies, the name calling, the racism, the misogyny, the insults. That's all just like this one piece of our politics, what it's become. And it has helped to silo us into, as Barry Ebert's great song, What We're Thinking About, says, we're bunkered into high-walled camps, left and right, it seems, and there ain't nobody talking if everybody screams. Which is what we're doing. We're screaming at one another. And I'm as guilty as anybody. I find myself on social media. I talk about this every single year in one way, shape, or form, or every single political cycle, presidential political cycle. I talk about the idea that I get caught up in it. My integrity, my soul gets insulted by some things that get said or expressed that are just wrong. They're spiritually out of integrity. They just can't be looked at as the way things are. By the way, I can see you guys are out there. I would love to get a comment or a question or a thought around what I'm talking about here. I don't want to make it a totally political thing. I want to make it about us, about our discourse, about how we look at each other, about how we express to one another. And this whole new thing has happened here. And just, to put some historical context into it, okay? Joe Biden did his horrible performance at his debate with the other side, and it was sad to watch. It was heartbreaking to watch this highly intelligent, effective, dedicated man just have a really 90 minutes of falling apart at that debate. Time passed, and people were people were calling for his head. And bottom line was, he did the single in a 50-year career, serving the American people, probably the single most patriotic thing he's ever done. He put down the mantle and he handed it to Kamala Harris. Instantaneously, there was on the left, there was a tremendous explosion of excitement, of joy, of enthusiasm, and it lifted everybody except people over there. But it lifted us to a new mindset. It doesn't need to be argumentative all the time. It doesn't need to be calling each other names, to be insulting. And and yeah, calling the other side weird that's the thing. But it's not directly pointing to someone and saying, you're weird. They're really saying it's weird. Fine line. I get it. But still, there is that's not the point. The point is the upliftment, the joy. I think the vice presidential candidate, Tim Walz, said, "Thank you for bringing back the joy." He directed that at Kamala Harris. I think that's true. I feel a sense among people that they are excited about our politics. That hasn't happened in a very long time. People were excited in 2008 with Barack Obama, but try and think about something before that where people were really, really excited. No, we haven't had that. This particular point in history has brought us to a new realization of the excitement that our politics can bring. And it can be joyous, it can be fun, it can be the opposite of calling people names. It can certainly call out hypocrisy and call out the things that are insults to your soul, but there's no reason to call people names. And man, you know what? And I'm a guilty party. I'm doing my damnedest to stop doing that. I think it's important. If you are someone who is enjoying the idea that we have a reason to look forward to an election and to the future politically that we haven't had in the past, I would suggest to you, if you are as guilty as me of accosting the other side and not being as kind, as respectful as one might be, I'm guilty of that. But if you are too, my invitation is this. Let's make it a habit. Let's make it a point to lean into this from the same perspective of the candidate and her vice presidential pick. Let's lean into a standpoint of let's have some fun. Let's enjoy this. Let's make it happen. Let's move forward. Let's not go back, as they have an event the other night before last, I think it was, where the entire crowd of some 14 or 15,000 people started just spontaneously chanting USA, USA. I haven't got memory to tell me when the last time was we heard that at a Democratic rally, political rally. I think it's exciting for us to be proud of our country once again, if you will, to be proud of our politics, to be proud of our democratic system, to be proud of the fact that we have this democratic system and that it is entirely possible for us to, yes, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Have a good time with it, as opposed to getting our panties in a bunch and being all pissed off at one another and insulting and calling names and blah, 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 and not pointing fingers, folks. Guilty as charged. You know the old thing, right? Every time you point a finger at somebody, there's 3 other ones pointing back at you. Okay, I get it. So that's really all I got for you today. You know, we have a huge rainstorm going on here. It has been pouring, like somebody get ready to call Noah. I mean, pouring, apocalyptic kind of rain on and off all day here in lovely Mocksville, North Carolina. Haven't seen the sun in at least 24 hours, maybe 36 hours. This is Hurricane Debbie doing her bit for North Carolina. One of the really nice things is we live just west enough in North Carolina that we're only getting the rain. We've had a little bit of wind, but nothing to get excited about. We've had gusts more than anything else. I haven't had any sustained wind levels that to speak of. But there are power outages all around us. And for some reason in our little enclave here in Mocksville, we have power, which is really kind of sweet, but I don't want to press my luck. I figured I'd do a short show today, give you my 2 cents about enjoying our politics in this crazy time, and let you take it from there. If you, I know you're out there watching the show. If you want to throw me a question or a thought before I call it a day here, please feel free to do so, man. I'm always glad to answer your questions or to entertain whatever thoughts you might have. The thing to remember always about us is that we are a nonprofit organization. Go to ntmedia.org. That's New Thought Media, ntmedia.org. Click on donate. We are always, always, always very, very, very grateful beyond expression for whatever it is you deign to bestow upon us to help support our efforts here on this station. If you like my show, if you like other shows, if you hate my show, I don't care. Donate. Keep us going. Keep what we're trying to accomplish here alive. It's New Thought Media. Let's see if we can keep it upbeat and new thought all the way along with your donations. If you want to reach me, just email me at teamrockitnow@gmail.com. Always remember that this show is brought to you by my sponsor, which is HempWorks. This is one of my favorite products of HempWorks. It is their hemp-infused coffee, 5 milligrams of CBD in every cup, along with some chaga mushrooms, other things for your health. I can, as I've gotten older, I have always loved my coffee. Used to drink a lot more coffee than I do now because as I've gotten older, can't drink it much later than noon because it affects my sleep later in the day. But this stuff, I can actually have a cup of this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I do get a little bit of a pick-me-up, but it does never, ever, ever keep me awake. The other thing that I want to express is the world's greatest CBD oil. You would think by now I'd learn how to hold this thing up in front of the camera so we can read it or see it. And it's always a little bit of an experiment. This is my peppermint. Can you see that? No, you can't. Anyway, this is my 750 milligram CBD oil. It comes in 3 concentrations, 500 milligrams, 750 milligram, 1500 milligram. Comes in full spectrum, which has that legal limit of 0.3% or less of THC in it, but it also comes in broad spectrum, which is THC free, in case you're one of those people who has a rare THC allergy, or if you take a very, very sensitive test for work or whatever, drug test for work, that there's nothing to be detected in the THC free. And it comes in more flavors than I can count anymore. But it's really, it is the best. It is the cleanest, the purest, the most highly concentrated that you're going to find anywhere. I just saw a young guy here, or a young guy, I don't know, Jack Gindy, he says, thank you, just checking out the network. Please, Jack, check us out more and more and more. We are very, very thrilled to have you on board and checking us out. And I'm glad you're watching at least this piece of this show. So the other thing was, what was I going to say? I don't remember anyway, but if you're interested in the, Instagram, that's it. Instagram, couldn't remember it. Evolving _hippie is my Instagram handle. I haven't done anything on Instagram and I can't tell you how long, but if you want to find me there, you can. Thehempworks.com, by the way, is under the umbrella of mydailychoice.com. Over 30 different brands. I think we're close to 3 dozen now, different brands of diverse products under one roof at the greatest prices that you're going to find anywhere in the world. Everything from the greatest CBD as I use to fuel factors for your car, to every kind of nutritional and supplement, natural supplements, not vitamins, but supplements that you can use to enhance your health in just so many different ways. That's at mydailychoice.com/Ken Ludwig. Will take you right to my page. Make sure you get the best pricing, the best of everything. I told you Team Rocket Now is my email address. Let's go back to the key piece here, New Thought Media Network, ntmedia.org. Click on donate. Give us whatever it is that you feel inclined to give us. We'll be thrilled to accept, of course. I am, as always, immensely grateful for the great gift of your time and your attention. I wish you all the love and all the blessings the universe has to offer. I hope you will join me every Thursday, 2 o'clock Mountain Time, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. But until the next time, my friends, namaste.